Hello, John here, and welcome to the second video in our three-part series on overcoming pornography addiction. In this video, we're going to continue studying our map called Destination Freedom. And if you haven't already downloaded your map, head on over to our website at freedomfrompornaddiction.com, where you can sign up and get it for free. Now, in this video, we're going to take a look at the giant tree at the top of our map. And as you notice, everything else leads up to it. We start with these smokestacks in the stage of denial. Then in the acceptance stage, we have this withering weed. In preparation, we have a flowering cactus. And in action, we have a sapling. The interesting thing about this sapling is that it's so weak and young that it needs to be held up by braces in order to survive. Then finally, we arrive at this mighty tree, full of glowing white fruit. The strong, thick trunk of this tree represents the new stability you have in your life now that you've overcome pornography. The fruit represents the joy that you have because of the things you've chosen to fill your life with in place of pornography use. The fruit is delicious, it's attractive, and most importantly, it's extremely healthy and fulfilling. The joy it gives you is a dramatic contrast to the joy given by pornography. Pornography could only excite and then disappoint. The fruit represents all the wholesome activities of your new life, your ambitions at work, your creative endeavors, your exercise goals, and so on, along with the sincere relationships that you've filled your life with to replace your addiction. People use their drugs of choice in order to escape the stresses of their life. In your case, pornography is your drug of choice. If you're like most addicts, you spend an enormous amount of energy, hours and hours every week, escaping the troubles of life through pornography. Instead of using that energy to escape your world, use that energy to change your world. Here in a second, I'm going to have you get out a pen and some paper and do two activities. In the first activity, you're going to look at the negative effects that pornography has had on your life. Then in the second activity, you're going to write your visions and hopes for a future without pornography use. In activity 1, you're going to answer the following questions. How many hours per week do you spend thinking about or looking at pornography? Multiply that by 52 to see how much time you spend per year. Second, how much money do you spend per month on pornography? Multiply that by 12 to see how much you spend per year. Third, how has pornography use affected your family and loved ones? Fourth, how has pornography affected your life's ambitions, work, exercise, family life, and so on? And then lastly, how has pornography affected you spiritually, your inner peace or view of yourself in the world? Pause the video with these questions still up on the screen and write down your answers now. Alright, now that you've muscled through the negative activity, I want you to now take a look at your life and visualize a future that's pornography free and visualize all the wonderful things that you have in that new life. I want you to write down at least one vision of the future for each of the following categories. Vision of your future relationships, vision of your future ambitions, vision of your future spirituality. Now the other day I had a friend of mine do this activity and I want to share with you what he wrote. So in the relationships section he wrote, I will designate at least one night per week as date night for me and my wife. In his ambitions he wrote, I will apply for that new project management spot at work next month. He also wrote, I will join the City League Ultimate Frisbee team. For spiritual he said, I will spend alone time each day in quiet reflection of the blessings I have in my life. So take some time now to put the video on pause and go over the visions of future for your life. There are so many people who say, as soon as I overcome my addiction, then I'll start spending more time with my wife. Then I'll start volunteering at my church. Then I'll start my new exercise program. But in reality, if you start doing those things now, overcoming your addiction is going to become easier. Again, if you'd like one-on-one coaching as you begin to plan your new life, or if you want more in-depth scientific knowledge about the nature of pornography addiction, check out the Candeo program on our website at freedomfrompornaddiction.com. The online Candeo program provides you with personal one-on-one assistance, along with everything else you could possibly need for success. Now, here is Joseph Ryan.
As I think about the walls that I've hit on my own pathway to freedom, one of the biggest was seeing myself as much less than I really am. When you promise yourself over and over again that you're going to quit, but give in again and again, it really does a number on your perception of who you are. And the problem with a low self-esteem is that we act in accordance with our own vision of ourselves. So if I see myself as a helpless, incapable victim, guess how I'm going to act when those urges come up? So what we're really doing is enabling ourselves, excusing our behavior. And it's true that after it becomes a habit, we feel like we have no choice in the matter often. But I'm here to tell you that though it may be harder, it's not true. We always have a choice. When I realized that I play a key role in my life's outcome, wow. All of a sudden I began taking responsibility for my behavior. I began succeeding. I was no more a product of my environment, of others' decisions, or anything else but my own choices. Now, did that all of a sudden take away my hurdles? Yes, again. It just meant that I realized that I was actually in the race and that the hurdles were coming whether I liked it or not. Turns out, though, that jumping the hurdles when they come yields a much more desirable outcome than running into them every time. It's not as painful. The crowds cheer louder. I even got better the more I jumped. And that's why it's so important to realize that no matter where you've been, you always can have a new start. You are capable of great things, have much to do in this life that is good. I've put together a little hope report that I like to call Who You Really Are. You can download it from the page if you're viewing this on our site, or if you sign up for our Destination Freedom newsletter. You should have received it in your email already. But I just wanted to share with you a little bit about who I think you are and what you're capable of. It's this vision coupled with little actions over time that bring us hope. And hope is that thing that's necessary for sustained progress and self-development. I am so excited. There are great things in store for you. Just keep pushing through your pain. You can do it. You're in the race, but the good part is that you needn't compete with anybody but yourself. Take a look at the report and let me know what you think. Just toss me an email or make a comment below. And if you benefit from this as much as I have, I think you have good things in store for you. See you in the next video.